Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about in detail regarding this international organization, that is International Atomic Energy Agency. In this particular video, we are going to discuss about what is the mandate of this particular organization, what is the significance of IAEA, and also what are the criticism that it has to face while it is working for ensuring the peaceful use of nuclear energy in the world. We are also going to discuss that what has been the recent development around the world which has caused this agency to come in the news. So first of all, let us try to understand why this agency is in news. So recently, as per news, inspectors of this particular agency IAEA, they have continued to survey and assess the safety situation in the Europe's largest nuclear power plant, that is called as Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, situated near the Enerhodar Ukrainian city, and it is on the west bank of Dnipro river. So basically, the reason why IAEA has to visit to assess the safety situation is because Russian forces, when they attacked Ukraine early in the March, they actually sieged this nuclear power plant. However, the working or functioning of this nuclear power plant is still being done by the Ukrainian staff. In recent time, it has become a subject matter of controversy and concern because there was a possible situation and warning of a possible Chernobyl type radiation disaster from this nuclear plant as well, because of the actions of war that is going around this nuclear power plant, where both the countries, Russia and Ukraine, are accusing each other of using this nuclear power plant for sailing purposes, which can actually threaten the security of this power plant. Not only that, even Director General Rafael Grossi of IAEA, he has says that since now IAEA has come to the nuclear power plant of Zaporizhzhia, the presence of this watchdog will prove to be a game changer as far as the safety situation is concerned. However, the actual effect of the visit of IAEA still remains to be seen. So now let us try to understand what is IAEA. So IAEA is basically an autonomous intergovernmental body. We have to keep in mind that this body is not part of United Nations. However, while it is working, it keeps a very close association with the UN. If we talk about the historical beginning of this agency, somewhere in July 29, 1957, after almost 81 countries around the world have signed the IAEA statute, this body finally came into existence. If we try to understand that who or from where the inspiration of setting up such body came, so it is believed that it was the speech given by the US President Dwight D. Eisenhower, where the speech is known by the Atoms for Peace. And as per this particular speech, he wanted to have or encourage a peaceful and unifying uses of nuclear energy rather than using nuclear or atoms for the destructive purposes, for the warfare purposes, and for the development of nuclear weapon. So it is from this speech the inspiration for setting up of such an organization has come. So what is the objective of IAEA? Basically, it has three major objectives. As per the charter of IAEA, the first major objective is to uphold nuclear non-proliferation treaty that has been signed in year 1970 by various countries across the world. And as per the part of upholding the NPT, it has to ensure and control and promote the atom. Control and promote the atoms means it has to ensure that the use of nuclear energy or nuclear energy is not happening for manufacturing and construction of weapon. At the same time, it has to ensure that it is being used for the peaceful purposes such as generation of energy. Not only that, it also has to ensure that when the peaceful uses of nuclear energy is being conducted, it is being done in a safe manner. We can say the byproduct that is being produced here is being discharged in a responsible way. So this is something that IAEA has to ensure. So basically, apart from using nuclear energy for the generation of energy, it also has to ensure or encourage peaceful use of nuclear energy in the areas such as agriculture as well as health. If we talk about the members and the structure of IAEA, currently it has 175 member states, and basically it has two bodies that ensure that whatever mandate that has been provided to IAEA is being carried out. So the first body is something that is called as Board of Governors, where we have members from 38 member states, and then the second body is the General Conference, where all the 175 member states are the member of this particular organization. Let us try to understand then how this IAEA then works and carry out its mandate. So first of all, as we discussed, the most important task is of upholding the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. So for upholding the NPT, IAEA carry out two tasks. First, what it does is it carry out verification, and the second task is carry out something that we can refer as technical assistance. Not only that, as per the Article 3 of Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, or NPT in short, it is mandated that every member state have to conclude a comprehensive safeguard agreement, that is also called as CSA in short, with the IAEA to enable it to verify the fulfillment of their obligation under the treaty. That means what basically this verification procedure ensure that no member state of NPT is using nuclear weapon or using nuclear energy for development or construction of nuclear weapon. Rather, all the focus is to ensure to all rather all the focus is to. Now, what does this verification basically mean is that IAEA has to ensure that all the member states of NPT are using nuclear energy only for the peaceful purposes and none of the nuclear materials or technology are being diverted which can be used for production of nuclear weapons. And to ensure that every member state is carrying out the this mandate of NPT or carrying out the we can say the objective of NPT, IA inspectors periodically visit different countries and they verify the nuclear operations of different countries via mechanisms such as on-site visits, inspections, by testing techniques, and even tallying of declared project design with the nuclear facilities, etc. Not only that, to make nuclear energy more peaceful and more secure, IAEA signed an additional protocol agreement with several countries in year 1997, where the objective was to make the countries not only accountable for using nuclear energy for the peaceful purposes, but also to hold countries accountable if there has been any instances or any cases of absence of undeclared nuclear material and activities. So these are the ways how IAEA monitors the program of nuclear energy all across the world. So it's in a historical time period, IAEA has actually fulfilled major milestones. The important milestones that it has achieved or important contribution that it has done in the area of nuclear peace is, first of all, when there was an accident at 3 Mile Island of USA, there was a nuclear disaster in 1979. Then IAEA has came to rescue and it has helped in stabilizing the situation. Similarly, in the Soviet Union, when there was one of the largest nuclear disaster of the Earth was actually happened in Chernobyl. There also, after the disaster, IAEA has come to the rescue and helped Soviet Union in dismantling of Chernobyl plant, and at the same time it also helped the country in discharging the radioactive waste in a safeful manner. Not only that, even after Gulf War, when Iraq left Kuwait, Iraq's nuclear capabilities and weapons programs were also inspected by the IAEA, where IAEA ensured that no such technology or no such material remains that can be diverted again in the future for the use of to be used as a nuclear weapon. Not only that, in recent times, IAEA have been actively involved in enforcement of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, that agreement that has been signed between Iran, European Union and USA. However, USA and the President Donald Trump has withdrawn from this particular agreement. Also, in the case of North Korea, IAEA was the first organization which basically talked about that North Korea is involved in non-peaceful uses of nuclear energy, and it is due to this observation North Korea basically removed all the IAEA inspectors from its country, and that from since 2009 we can say basically every information regarding the nuclear programs of North Korea, we have to depend upon the data from the satellites, information from the satellites. Now, what is the relation between India and IAEA? So, we know that India is not a signatory to NPT, that is a nuclear non-proliferation treaty. However, it has been given a designated member status of the IAEA. Not only that, India being a responsible country and have a responsible nuclear country, it also signed a CSA, that is comprehensive agreement with IAEA in year 2009. And not only that, as we discussed about that, IAEA has enforced additional protocol. This is something that also India has signed in year 2014, both under the Prime Ministership of Mr. Manmohan Singh. And here India has agreed for application of safeguard to civilian nuclear facilities, where IAEA inspectors can periodically visit India's nuclear centers, India's nuclear energy centers, and can inspect whatever they want to inspect about. So this is what we can understand about the relation of India and IAEA. However, despite all this stellar contribution this organization has done in ensuring the peaceful uses of nuclear energy, it is not bereft of criticism. The major criticism that IAEA has to face is regarding its question of independence. How independent is this organization? Because recently Iran has alleged that IAEA was dependent heavily on the intelligence agencies of Israel and USA when it was inspecting the nuclear program of Iran. So if it is being if it is being influenced by major countries, then how can it be independent? Not only that, we can see the example of this criticism from the Pakistan case as well, that when Pakistan was going on with its nuclear program, despite all the evidences, IAEA was not able to take any action because that time US was supporting Pakistan due to its dependency on Pakistan for the Afghanistan war. So this is some instances where we can see the independence of IAEA is question mark. Second problem is the lack of enforcement capabilities, which also has been the issue which also has been rose by the Muhammad Al-Bardi, who was the earlier Director General of IAEA, who also got Nobel Peace Prize for his effort. And he said that despite having all the information that any particular country might be involved in diverting of nuclear materials or diverting of nuclear technology or using it for manufacturing of nuclear weapons, IAEA do not have any kind of enforcement capabilities. It did not take any action. So basically, you can say that it does not have power to overrun the sovereignty of any member country of United Nations. And the last criticism is that it is unable, many times it is criticized that it is unable to challenge the nuclear dominance of the countries which are the permanent members of United Nations Security Council, such as US, Russia, China, and other countries. And here it is especially the matter is referred or matter is discussed with respect to US and Russia, that if you talk about nuclear weapon stockpile on the world in the world today, these major countries, US and Russia, these are the major countries that are having more than 90% of the nuclear weapon stockpile, which IAEA has not been able to lead them to dismantle. So these are the certain criticism under which IAEA has to operate. However, we cannot ignore the contribution that it has made in ensuring peaceful and non-weapon or non-weapon use of nuclear technology in the world. So that is all for today. Thank you very much.